Hey guys, what is going on, and welcome back to another video. Today we are here in Microsoft Flight Simulator. We're going to be taking a flight in the Cessna 208B Grand Caravan from Denver International Airport to Aspen County Airfield. So let's get going and head into the plane. Alright guys, so obviously from the title, as you can see, I am a beginner pilot. I wouldn't even say I'm a rookie. I'm probably worse than a rookie pilot when it comes to flying aircrafts. This is Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 is kind of to be honest, my first flight simulator in general. I've done flying in different games here and there, but nothing this realistic before. And I've been having some fun with it, and I figured I'd take you guys along for a ride with a rookie pilot. So, yeah, today we're flying from Denver International Airport to KASE, which is Aspen County Airfield, which is in Aspen, Colorado. It's a pretty, I wouldn't say it's a big airfield or long runway, but it's a pretty fun one to try to get up into the mountains and land in. So, let's get into it. So, obviously, like I said, I'm pretty beginner when it comes to flying games. Obviously, we're in the Cessna 208B Grand Caravan, as you can see from the outside, and we're gonna get flying here, I guess, pretty shortly. So I'll take you guys along with my kind of checklist when we first get into the aircraft. What I always do is I turn off the yoke on this side, just because I'm imagining I'm flying the aircraft by myself. Next thing I like to do is I like to set up my autopilot while we're on the ground, because I actually use my autopilot to get up to an altitude. So obviously we are in Colorado here. We're going to be heading towards the Rocky Mountains, and we're going to be wanting to get to around an elevation of probably around 15,000. So we're going to be trying to get to that fairly quickly. As you can see, we're going to be heading right over towards that backside ridge. So let's get to getting on with the autopilot. So obviously in the Cessnas, they're all basically the same in how you're going to set up the autopilot. Obviously some of, the interior is going to look different in a few of them, but everything is good. Engine's on. I normally don't start from taxi. I normally start in the runway because I'm really lazy and I suck at taxiing, as you guys will probably see towards the end of this video. One thing I like to do, though, is I like to turn on all my lights, taxi lights, cabin lighting. It's daytime right now. I actually, this isn't going to be on, I guess, with live players or live weather, per se, because, well, it's currently nighttime when I'm recording this, and, I don't want to fly over the Rockies at night, at least not yet. I don't want to do night flying just yet. But let's get autopilot set up. So we're going to engage autopilot, and we're going to increase our altitude. And as we increase our altitude here, you'll see it's moving up on our display. And obviously, like I was saying earlier, we want to get up towards 10,000 to 15,000. We're going to stick towards 15, or I'm at 10,000 for now, and we'll move as need be as we get closer towards the mountains and closer to our destination. Vertical airspeed on, and we're going to increase that to 500 for now as we get ready to take off. Now, this is the airplane I fly the most so far in Flight Simulator, so I do know a little bit about it. Now, as you guys can see, and as you will see, I am flying with a keyboard and mouse. I don't actually have like a yoke or a flight stick. I'm looking at getting one, but if you guys know, they're all sold out right now. So we're kind of stuck flying keyboard and mouse, and you guys will see there'll be a little bit of, jerky controls, because keyboard and mouse it's not the most fun to try to fly with. But we make do the best we can. But we got a pretty long runway, so we shouldn't have to, hit the brakes and reverse. We should be plenty fine with the space we have, the runway we have to get to speed for takeoff. So we're gonna throttle up and go for takeoff now. Oop, why am I controlling it? Not with the rudders. Brilliant. As you can see, our plane is going to stick up because of our autopilot. And see, what you should do, and obviously, again, like I said, I'm a pretty rookie pilot, is you shouldn't try to take off with the autopilot engaged. You should take off by yourself. But I'm lazy, so it doesn't help. But here we go, reaching around 70 knots, which is good for takeoff, about 70 knots. And we're gonna start moving up into the sky here. There we go. Stop using the rudder controls. Pretty terrible takeoff, if I must say so. On my part, totally my fault. And we're gonna increase our ascent to 800 feet per minute. I believe it's feet per minute. Again, I don't know everything, like I was saying earlier. Pretty bad takeoff. I mean, you should take off with, you know, yoke control, but
X-ray Golf Sierra, continue for west departure. I will contact you next when you leave my airspace.
we'll acknowledge the indication.
Denver Tower, Cessna Alpha Sierra, X-ray Golf Sierra, continue for west departure.
Start moving up. As you can see here, our torque is too high and our ITT is too high, so we're gonna pull back on the stick and get to around 85 throttle control. We could, you know, maneuver around with our RPM control, but I'm not still too confident with, you know, flying in general, so I'm still getting used to, you know, what I should be doing in each situation. Obviously, again, as you see from the title, I'm a complete rookie, so we're gonna be flying, you know, as a rookie would. But at least I know autopilot to a degree. But as you can see, we are over Denver, Colorado, and it's pretty flat. And this is pretty much what Denver, Colorado looks like in real life, I would say.
You are leaving my airspace. Frequency change approved.
Acknowledge the frequency
Denver Tower, Cessna Alpha
change.
Sierra, X-ray Golf Sierra, frequency change.
And we will change our frequency. We're going to request our Class B airspace transition.
Denver approach, Cessna Alpha Sierra, X-ray Golf Sierra is type Cessna Caravan, 4 miles west of Denver, 6,900 feet. Request clearance to transition Bravo airspace.
Cessna Alpha Sierra, X-ray Golf Sierra, Denver approach. Squawk tree 054.
Now, one of the things, and
Squawk tree
sorry, I'm
054,
letting
Cessna X-ray Golf
the
Sierra.
comms go through real quick before I talk.
Cessna X-ray Golf Sierra, radar contact 5 miles west of Denver, 7,200 feet. Cleared through the Bravo airspace. Maintain on navigation.
We'll acknowledge the radar
Cleared through the
contact
Bravo airspace,
from the
Cessna
Denver
X-ray Golf
tower, and we'll request our IFR
Denver
clearance.
approach, Cessna Alpha Sierra, X-ray Golf Sierra, 6
Just to get it
miles
out of
west
the way.
Denver. Request IFR to escort
And one of
ready
the
to
things I'm
copy.
going to do here is I'm going to adjust our heading here. So we're heading 261. I want to start heading towards our navigational line. We're going to be looking towards more of a, probably around a 230, 240. And we're going to actually turn heading select on. And what heading select does is, and hold on, let me turn one other setting on. Here you go, flight director. What heading select does here, as you can see, sorry, I have to
Cessna
do
Alpha
the whole
Sierra,
comms.
X-ray Golf Sierra cleared to Aspen Airport as filed. Squawk tree 054.
As you can see, we're heading to Aspen Airport.
Cessna X-ray Golf Sierra, read back correct. Radar contact 8,100 feet. Altimeter 29er decimal 82, turn left heading 240, proceed on course descent and maintain 8,000 feet.
Turn
So
left
we'll
heading 240,
acknowledge
proceed on
their
course descent and
instructions
maintain
here.
8,000 feet Cessna X-ray Golf Sierra.
Cessna X-ray Golf Sierra, climb and maintain 9,800 feet.
Man, okay, the comms are going on for a while here.
Climb and maintain 9,800 feet Cessna X-ray Golf Sierra.
Cessna X-ray Golf Sierra, contact Denver departure on
Oh,
128
man.
decimal 45.
It's the fun part of flying, you know? Now, one of the things
128
I
decimal,
will
45 Cessna
say,
X-ray Golf Sierra.
and here we go, let's tune to Denver approach. Before we contact Denver departure, one of the things I will say is I kind of wish there was a way to talk to, you know, the towers and whatnot through your own mic. I know that's probably near impossible to try to do. And, you know, this works, I guess, but it'd be cool to try to, you know, do it yourself. Now, they said earlier climb to 8,100 feet, but I know just based on flying over these the Rockies here that we want to get towards 10,000 and higher as we start to get into the mountains. And as you can see, they instantly, you know, changed, and they said we're gonna climb and maintain to 9,800 feet, and we'll slowly start to move up as well. And then earlier they said turn left heading 240. I just kind of guessed that before they even said it, and I guess it worked out to a degree. And from the map here, we're gonna zoom out here. We're slowly making our way back towards the navigational line, which we will be using. As you can see here, I'm going to explain this in a second, but we'll contact Denver departure.
Denver departure Cessna Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra 9,800 feet.
Cessna Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra Denver departure continue as planned. Altimeter 29.85. Cessna X-ray Golf Sierra climb and maintain 14,000 feet.
All right. We'll acknowledge their instructions, so...
Maintain 14,000 feet Cessna X-ray Golf Sierra.
And that should be the end of the comms for a little bit here. All right, so they said turn your altimeter to 29.85. So the altimeter in this aircraft is going to be here. The altimeter calibration knob, we're going to change it to what they asked for, 29.85, as you can see. And then they're going to want us to climb and maintain 14,000 feet. As you can see, we've reached the 10,000 mark, and it's steadily staying around here. But we're going to increase our altitude, so we're going to go over to this altitude select switch. We're actually going to increase it up to the 1,400 mark.
Cessna X-ray Golf Sierra, you are 904 miles northeast.
And then we're going...
Maintain present heading and altitude. Expect vectors visual runway tree approach.
All right. Acknowledge the approach, and we can actually
heading and altitude. Expect vectors visual runway
decrease the
X-ray Golf Sierra.
the volume here a little bit on the comms. But yeah, so what I'm saying it was, what you do here is you set your altitude select here, and it'll pop up right here. So you can see they want us to go to 14,000 feet and maintain it. And then what you want to do is you want to turn vertical speed mode on, and when you click turn vertical speed mode on, nothing's gonna happen. But as you can see here, when I click it, this right here is gonna change from just a line to a 0. Now right now we're going 0 feet per minute to the selected altitude. But what we're gonna do here is we're gonna increase our vertical speed, as you'll see here, and that is gonna be increasing our altitude at 500 feet per minute. Now we don't really have any real urgency here to get to 14,000, so we don't necessarily have to push the aircraft too hard, but I like to have a vertical speed of around 800. I always feel safer, I guess, in that sense. One other thing I wanted to mention was when you're flying your aircraft, we're regarded as Cessna XGS, and each letter has, you know, Alpha, Bravo, Charlie. I believe X is like, I would have to hear it again. But as we're flying the Cessna AS XGS or the Grand Caravan EX model, you can see here, this is kind of what our, it shows here, the name of our aircraft, I guess, abbreviated in a sense. And that's going to be actually our call. One of the things I wish is you could kind of set your own quote-unquote call for your aircraft, but I guess it doesn't really matter. Now, I don't actually know how that works in real life, and if you guys know, throw it down in the comments. But yeah, we're going to be, you know, following this heading and maintaining course. One thing, though, I like to kind of overrule what they say sometimes. I'm going to actually switch our heading a little bit more to the left here, and as you see, our plane's going to turn. I want to start heading towards our navigational line. As you can see here, these are our main controls when it comes to autopilot. As you can see, you know, we set the altitude here, the vertical speed we wanted to move at. No, actually, I messed that up. If you scroll wheel, it'll move it by accident. I always do that. But as you can see here, this is our main control when it comes to autopilot. And right now we are using our heading select mode on, which means the autopilot is going to maintain direction with our heading. Our heading right here, or our heading will pop up right here. So obviously 235 is going to be right here. And as I move it, you'll see this little green dial start to move as well. And it'll maintain that heading. Now this purple line is actually the nav line, the navigational line. And that's where we're actually heading on the map. And I'll actually kind of zoom this out. You can see the nav line goes from airport to airport. And we're going to be slowly getting over towards that line. Ooh, and I did not mean to adjust the pressure there. But we're going to slowly be moving towards the nav line. And actually, I'm going to turn even more into the line there. And then once we get close to the line, I'm actually going to turn the navigational mode on, and the autopilot will then take over and start following the navigational line instead of the heading. And you don't actually have to turn heading select off. Once you click nav mode on, it'll automatically turn heading off. But yeah, so we'll start slowly making our way over there. As you can see, we're hitting some turbulence as we start to move over into the Rockies now. As you can see from that whole entire speech I just gave, we've been moving quite at a good pace, and for the majority of that climb and moving out of Denver International, we've been looking at our monitors more than we've been looking at the view, and I guess that's how flying is, especially for me at least. I'm always looking at my monitors more than I'm looking at the view. But obviously, you know, we're playing Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. We gotta look out the window sometimes and take in the view. And it is a gorgeous game. Gorgeous, gorgeous game. As we head into the hills, we're gonna see some towns up here. Obviously, we're heading towards Aspen. The ski slopes, I guess, in Aspen, Colorado. But yeah, awesome view from the aircraft. But we'll reset our view here and make sure everything's good. We're still moving up towards 14,000, keeping a fairly good speed. Torque's good, ITT's good, oil's good, oil pressure. Everything looks good to go. Now, if you guys do notice anything I'm doing wrong, or you have any tips, just let me know. Because, you know, as I was saying earlier, propeller RPM control, I gotta look more into it, and it's probably very useful. But yeah, I just don't know, I guess, a whole lot about it. So, you know, we're getting there. I'm a lot better at flying than I was 5 days ago. So, hey, you know, we'll take that. But yeah, we are flying. Now, one thing I wanted to bring up that I like to do is I like to look at the airport we're trying to land at. Now, actually, as you can see, we're slowly getting to the nav line. I just kind of want to get onto the nav line, so we're actually going to turn nav mode on, and you're going to notice our plane's going to start drifting way left. The plane's actually going to pretty much go straight to the navigational line as quick as possible. And then once it gets to the nav line, you'll see it'll start straightening itself out on that line, and then taking the line. Now, as I was just saying, one of the things I always like to do, is I like to look up the airport which we're going to be landing. So I'm going to pull up this little screen here, and you're going to see this is the airport diagram of where we are landing at ASE Aspen County Airfield. Now, you can see this is and as you can see in the background, obviously, we're starting to turn back onto the nav line with the autopilot. I'm not doing any of these moves. This is all autopilot. And now, obviously, like I said earlier, I'm on keyboard and mouse, so the autopilot and learning how to do it over the past couple days has been very, very nice. But again, back at the diagram, this is the airport diagram. So you're gonna see a lot of things here. You're gonna see the coordinates, but the main thing I like to look at is I like to just see the runway. Now, as you can see here, just from this, I can tell it's a fairly decent runway lengthwise. There's probably a spot to see how long the runway is. You can see elevation here. The elevation of the actual airport is going to be at 7,680 feet once you're on the runway. And you can see here we're going to have, I guess, runway 15, which is going to be coming up from the north side down, and then down here it's going to be runway quote unquote 33, I guess, and it's going to be coming from the south up. Now, once we start getting closer, the tower will contact us, and we'll be able to, you know, hear which runway they want us to land on. Now, like I was saying earlier, way earlier, I suck at taxiing, especially once I land. Actually getting to the hangars or the terminal or the gate, I am very, very bad at. It's probably my worst, you know, aspect of the game. But as you can see here, it actually, you know, this is a fairly easy, you know, airport. You can see we have, you know, with a lot of the bigger airports, it's going to be really confusing. But here, it's literally just A1, A2, A3, A4, A5. This whole, you know, track here is going to be A. There's no other letter except down here. You'll have this little, like, circle as B. But it's such a small airport that it's literally just going to be A as the one track. And a lot of the bigger airports, you'll have A, B, C, D, E, Y, Y1, Y2. It, like, super confusing. But at least here, it's not that confusing. But one of the big things, and actually I'll put that away. One of the big reasons I'd like to look at that is I like to know which you know, direction I want to be coming into the airfield at. So depending on where they want me to be at, I'm going to, you know, maneuver earlier in the plan to make my way to. And sorry, I'm just listening to what they're saying here. Acknowledge their squawk. Oh, and actually my as you can see, we're at the audio level. Alright, so they want us to... Oh no, they're acknowledging our radar contact.
Denver Center, Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra 16 miles.
As you can see, we're heading towards this little hill here. We should clear it. we should clear it. I'm just gonna disengage autopilot and personally lift the aircraft just a little bit here. I don't know if we would have been fine. I'm not quite positive if we would have been fine. It's a little too close for my liking. So we'll just maintain. Sorry, and we'll have to acknowledge their IFR clearance here.
Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra.
A little closer than I would have wanted it to be. As you can see, obviously the game's not perfect with its, you know, direction.
Radar contact 14,400 feet. Altimeter tree 0.000. Turn right heading 240. Proceed on course descend and maintain 8,000 feet.
Turn right heading 240. Proceed on course descend and maintain 8,000 feet. Cessna X-Ray Golf Sierra.
Alright, so...
Cessna X-Ray Golf Sierra, you are 60 miles east. Descend and maintain 9,700 feet. Expect vectors visual runway tree approach.
As you can see, we're...
X-Ray Golf Sierra, descend and maintain 9,700 feet.
Okay, they'll acknowledge the assigned approach. Okay, got it.
Descend and maintain
Got it.
9,700 feet. Expect vectors. Visual runway tree approach. Cessna X-ray Golf Sierra.
As you can see, they want us to drop to 9,700 feet, and we're going to be actually going for a visual runway 33 approach. Now, if you guys remember from that little diagram I showed you, and I'll pop that back up, 33 is going to be the south entry, so we're actually going to be having to maneuver towards the south and then back up to get a good run at the runway. Now, as you heard them, they want us to descend to 97,000 feet. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm just gonna keep it at 10,000 just to be safe. Again, we'll turn vertical mode on, and we're actually going to turn nav mode, or we're gonna turn autopilot back on, turn nav mode back on, and we're still basically on the line, as you can see here. So we didn't go too off course to try to, get off that hill. Obviously, the game's not perfect, like I was just saying.
Please expedite your descent to 9,700 feet.
Oh man, okay, yes. Sometimes it's a little annoying, the comms. But yeah, we're slowly moving down, and obviously, again, you gotta decrease your speed there. So we'll start decreasing at 300 feet per minute. And actually, I'm gonna do it at, I'll do it at 500. And looking good. Obviously, getting some turbulence here. Not too shabby though. If you guys are enjoying this, well, thanks for watching still. Obviously, yeah, pretty newbie. We've already almost made a few mistakes, but we're getting there. We're not perfect. We're not perfect pilots. We're trying our best. We are descending at 500 feet per minute. Oh my goodness. He really wants us to descend. Now, I don't really want to descend too fast, especially right now. Once we get over this little ridge, I believe the airport's gonna... I don't want to say anything wrong. I believe it's gonna be in this general ridge here, so we'll be good to descend a little bit faster. But we're actually gonna start descending at a much higher rate. We're gonna be pulling the throttle back to probably around 65-ish%, so we don't go over speed as we start to descend, especially at this pace. Around 1,000 feet per minute. And as long as we we probably there's probably a better speed at which you want to descend or at which you want to descend, but I still don't know everything, and I should probably look up what's the most efficient speed to descend or ascend. But again, I just started playing this game for fun a little while ago, and I thought I'd bring you guys along for one of my flights. But again, it's a beautiful game. Gotta look at the scenery. Beautiful lake out onto the right. Left, the Rockies, and just the forest up in the hills. Gotta love it. In front of us, you can see we're heading in towards a small little town up here, and obviously still descending towards 10,000 feet. It's a little bit scary because I'm pretty sure they're wrong here with what they just said. I'm going to request a vector to the next waypoint.
Denver Center, Cessna
Actually,
Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra requesting vector to next waypoint.
I'm going to increase my I'm just going to disregard what they're saying.
Turn left heading 1905.
Now they want us to turn left heading 195, obviously to get a good look at runway 33, and I'm going to pop that back up for you guys here fairly shortly. We're going to keep this altitude here, but obviously they want us to head left 135. So we're going to change our heading 135. And you can scroll wheel this. I'm just clicking it just to be quote-unquote precise. 135 is going to be heading us towards the left here, but we're going to turn that heading mode on. They'll start moving us over towards the left here. And yeah. Now, as you can see, I'm using this map here. I like to use the onboard map just because it's more realistic, I guess, if you want to put it. But you can also click V. I believe V is the default, and you'll have, you know, a VFR map here as well, just to see. Oh, they are really sending us out here. Okay.
Cessna X-Ray Golf Sierra, please expedite your descent to 9,700 feet.
Now they want us. I am not going to do that. Now I'm gonna be honest with you. They're not always the best. I don't think the game's perfect, you know. A lot of the times the waypoints they tell you aren't, you know, necessarily great. Honestly, as you can see here, we're heading in like a complete opposite direction. Now I think they want to try to expedite our flight plan here. I'm going to just disregard that. And I'm gonna do my own thing here. Now I don't recommend you necessarily do this, but yeah, I'm going to for the sake of surviving here, because I feel like
Cessna X-Ray Golf Sierra, please expedite your descent to 9,700 feet.
I'm not gonna survive this flight here unless I do that. We're also gonna increase at a much higher rate here just to get over these hills. Should be good there. Now I think I'm gonna maintain this heading. We're gonna head through these hills. Obviously heading through the Rockies isn't an easy task, I would say. And we're gonna increase our altitude as well up to 13,500. That should be good. We're gonna head towards this little pass here. Now, yeah, one of the cool things that you can hear here is you can hear Denver. Well, you can hear them yelling at us once again, but you can hear them talking to other flights. You know, so the Frontier Flight 773. So that's gonna be a Boeing 773. You know, they're talking to them and we can hear it over the frequency, which is pretty cool. Actually, what we're gonna do here is we're gonna head left of these hills here. I'm not gonna try to fly over these super high hills. Now, I think what Denver wanted me to do was head, and I'll actually go switch our view here. I believe they wanted me to try to go around this ridge here and then come up this side right here. We're kind of doing the same thing ourselves, but we did it a little bit differently. And we're gonna turn a little bit more here. Obviously, heading through the Rockies is it's not easy. It's not an easy task, I would say.
Cessna X-Ray Golf Sierra, please expedite your descent to 9,700 feet.
As you can see, we're still being yelled at by Denver, but we're gonna just disregard them. I know that's probably terrible advice, but I don't think descending right now would be the greatest idea. I don't think so. I'm gonna ask them request the vector to the next waypoint and see what they have to say, since we kind of went the opposite way they wanted us to there.
Cessna X-Ray Golf Sierra, turn left heading 1905.
Okay, so they want us to head 1905.
Turn left heading 1905.
All right,
Cessna
so
X-Ray
we
Golf
weren't
Sierra.
too far off. Okay, we'll take that. Heading 195. Pretty good. Now they're probably gonna want us to turn up here, and if I zoom in, can't really see it from here. If I pull up the VFR map, we're gonna turn on the map section. We're heading along this little ridge. I'm guessing what they're gonna want me to do is head down this ridge and come up, because obviously we're coming up onto runway 33. And if I pull up that little map again, yeah, I think the altitude at which they want me at, they might be kind of broken, because if I'm at 9,000 here, I'm hitting into these rocks. Obviously, I could take kind of this valley here, but I don't want to risk that. I'm good, you know. But I think that's kind of the plan they have for me. I think that's the plan I'm kind of thinking of, because these hills here are a little sketchy. But again, I'm.
X-Ray Golf Sierra, please expedite your descent to 9,700
Yeah. See,
feet.
no. I'm not gonna listen to that.
Denver Center,
I'm gonna
Cessna
take
Alpha Sierra X-ray
my
Golf Sierra
own
requesting vector to next waypoint.
Cessna X-ray Golf
225.
Sierra, turn right heading 225.
Okay. So they want us to head 225.
Turn
We
right
will
heading
gladly head
225 Cessna X-ray
225
Golf Sierra.
into these hills. And we're gonna have to increase our altitude here. And again, turn on vertical speed mode on and increase our altitude as we move up into the hills. And again, I'm going to increase my altitude up to 15. You know, a lot of the time, I don't like to take my own course of action, but you know, if it comes down to listening to the AI in this game and, you know, not crashing, I'll do my own thing, you know. Maybe that's bad, maybe that's not bad. Again, we're going to turn our throttle back up. Totally forgot about that. Obviously, I'm a rookie, so. Turn our throttle back up as long as the RPMs stay good. We'll keep it around 85%. If I can get it there. Really want it on 85. There we go. RPMs, good.
Please expedite your descent to 9,700
And that's just not something I'm going to listen to.
Denver Center, Cessna Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra requesting vector to next waypoint.
Cessna X-ray Golf Sierra, turn right heading
225.
255.
Alright. Alright, so we're going to decrease our altitude here. And actually now we could probably start heading to a lower altitude. So I'll actually get down towards 10,000 as we head down towards this ridge. Turn VFR mode on, decrease.
Cessna X-ray Golf Sierra, did you copy?
Yes, we copied. We're going to
Turn
descend
right
down
heading
towards...
255 Cessna X-ray Golf Sierra.
We're going to head 225 down towards 10,000 and start looking fairly good here. We're going to pull back our throttle once again so we don't overspeed down.
Contact Denver Center on 128.65.
I'm going to increase the vertical descent here to around 10 or 1,000 feet per minute. And as you can see, our speed's going to pick up here. It should start to maintain around 50 or 150. As you can see here, we're actually heading, you know, towards a little town here. We got to our right here, if I can move, Lake Colorado. Huh, I wonder what this actually is. I like to keep the waypoint markers on just so I can kind of see. Oh, this is actually a airstrip. I thought it was a you know, one of those points of interest. So I guess, yeah, this is a runway. This is about what the runway we're going to be heading to kind of looks like. But yeah, I wanted to pop up that map again. So obviously, as they said in the video, or I mean on the radio, we're going to be taking runway 33. And actually, I can scroll up here as well to get to that point. Let's see if I can find that for you. Here we go. So we're going to be 9,700 feet, expect vectors, visual runway 33 approach. So obviously visual runway 33 approach. Now if I open up that other tab we had up, and if you look here, 33 approach, and I'll zoom in here, 33 approach is going to be this south side approach. If they said 15 approach is up here. With different airports, what you'll notice, at least what I've noticed so far, is, you know, if there's two runways that go, you know, align with each other, it'll be, you know, 15 right and then 15 left, or 15R, 15L, 33R, 33L. A lot of the bigger airports seem to do that, at least from my experience. But again, this is just a single strip airport, pretty basic airport, I guess. So it's just 15 or 33. So obviously they want us 33, so we're coming up from the south. And as you can see from the map on the plane here, we are heading, you know, south of the airport KASE, and we'll be making our way up there. As you can see on the minimap here as well, you see that aircraft there. We might be able to spot it. Where are they? They're off to my right a little more. Sometimes you can see the aircrafts. If it was a real player, we'd see their name, but obviously this isn't actually live because It would be nighttime in the game if it was live, because it's currently nighttime. Now, we are going to change our heading into this direction, and actually, I'm going to increase my altitude up to 14 again, and I'm going to turn vertical speed mode on, increase the altitude up to 1,000, and I'm also going to change my heading this direction a little bit. We should clear that. I'm going to ask them again for a vector to the next waypoint.
Denver Center, Cessna Alpha Sierra, X-Ray Golf Sierra, requesting vector to next waypoint.
Why are they... Oh, heading mode on.
X-ray Golf
It's
Sierra,
not on.
turn left heading 225.
They want us 225. Oh, God. Yeah, we probably should heading 225, shouldn't we?
500.
Cessna X-ray Golf Sierra, did you copy?
All right, we're gonna autopilot this out of here. Oh my God. Oh no, no, no. Don't hit the tree. Okay, guys, as you can see, we are completely rookies
Turn left
here.
heading 225 Cessna X-Ray Golf Sierra.
We're gonna throttle all the way up as we try to get over this hill here. Completely rookie mistake on my part. Oh, I don't want to stall here. I don't want to stall here. I don't have much of an option, do I? We have to just go up. Don't stall. Don't stall. Don't stall. Get over the ridge. Oh my goodness. We made it over the ridge. Oh my goodness gracious. Pull back the throttle. That was just... Okay, that was way too close. A completely rookie mistake there. Totally my fault. Oh my goodness. We're going to turn heading mode on. We'll autopilot back on. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's hard flying through the Rockies. I have found.
Cessna X-ray Golf Sierra, please expedite your descent to 9,700.
As you can see, they want us to be at 97,000 feet. I'm not going to listen to that. And I'm also going to change our heading to 225. We should be good to make it over these hills here. My goodness, that was way too close. We are also going to turn on vertical speed mode and increase it. Oh wait, turn it. Wait, what? Okay. Oh, we're at 14,000. I had to reset my... That was close. Okay, we're gonna request vector to the next
Denver
waypoint.
Center, Cessna Alpha Sierra,
A completely
X-ray
rookie
Golf
mistake
Sierra,
there.
requesting
Totally
vector
my
to next
fault.
waypoint.
Yeah, just don't do what I just
Cessna
did.
X-ray Golf Sierra, turn left heading 225.
Alright, 225. Looking good.
Turn left heading 225 Cessna X-ray
I'm
Golf
still
Sierra.
confused. And again, this is probably just the game glitching. Why they want me at 9,700 feet. I don't quite understand that still. We're going to increase our altitude a little bit here. Up to the 15. Or 14,500. Because I still don't... Actually, you know what? Nah. We'll keep it at 14. I just wanted to make sure we cleared that hill that we just went over there. 500. Oh, great. I'm going to turn that off as well. The airport's going to be off towards our right here fairly shortly. We're going to keep kind of heading straight here. Again, this is kind of a difficult airport to land at. I've landed here once, I believe, if I chose the right one, but I probably didn't choose the right one. I'm still sitting here. I don't know how we just managed to almost crash into a hill. I mean, we're staring at it for like 10 minutes before we even got to the hill.
Cessna X-ray Golf Sierra, please
Oh,
expedite your descent to 9,000.
Yeah, so this is completely wrong. Now, for the most part, the game works very well, especially if you're just flying over kind of a flat area.
Denver
But
Center, Cessna Alpha Sierra,
for some
X-ray
reason,
Golf
yeah,
Sierra,
once you're in these
requesting vector
hills,
to
it gets a
next
little sketchy. So you kind of have to make your own
Cessna X-ray Golf
decisions.
Sierra, turn left heading 225.
But yeah, heading 225, we're looking good. Obviously, again, from the picture that we have of the airport, I'm going to look here. The airport kind of runs, I would say, you know, northwestish down to southeast. So it's going to be kind of like this.
Cessna X-ray Golf Sierra, did you hear my last transmission? transmission.
Yeah, we heard you. We heard you, Denver. We heard you.
Turn left heading 225 Cessna X-ray Golf Sierra.
Now I like to
Cessna
listen.
X-ray Golf Sierra, contact Denver Center on
Oh, here we go.
134.5.
I was gonna say, so fairly shortly we should get a handoff here to
134.5 Cessna
a different,
X-ray Golf
you know,
Sierra.
frequency for quote unquote landing, if you want to call it that.
Denver Center Cessna Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra is out of 14,100 feet for 9,700 feet.
Cessna Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra.
Altimeter
Denver Center, continue
30.
as planned.
0.5.
Altimeter 30.05.
All right, we're good. We're gonna request our waypoint one more
Denver
time
Center
just to see if
Cessna
they want us
Alpha
to
Sierra
turn
X-ray
in.
Golf
Yep.
Sierra requesting vector to next waypoint.
Hopefully they do.
Cessna X-ray Golf Sierra, turn right heading 240.
240. Yep. So we're gonna start heading towards and into the airport, and pretty much from here on out, I'm gonna be doing everything on my own. I'm not gonna really ask the for waypoints too much further. We're pretty much gonna be heading into this airport ourselves here. We are kind of zooming in on the airport here. I don't even think you can see it. That might be it right there. Might be it right there. It's hard to tell completely. We didn't crash. I'm still amazed how I almost hit the side of a mountain, but again, I never said I was a good
Denver
pilot.
Center Cessna Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra
We're just
requesting vector to
we're
next
trying to
waypoint.
get there, you know. Hopefully they tell me. I use this way too much for my own good. All right, we're gonna acknowledge the instructions.
Turn right heading 240 Cessna X-ray
Now I'm
Golf
gonna take
Sierra.
one last look at the airport. As you can see here, I'm actually gonna turn in from what I can see. Yeah, I'm gonna start turning in towards the airport. So we're gonna do our own heading here. Start heading into the airport. That might be a little too much. Here we go. So let's click S and zoom in on that airfield, airstrip. Oh, it's right there. Wait, is that on the side of the hill? Is that it? I can't tell. I really can't tell. All right, we're gonna actually turn towards around 340-ish, just to be safe here. And I'm gonna start descending here, just slightly. We're gonna decrease. We're actually gonna start heading down towards 10. Turn vertical speed mode on and start decreasing our altitude to 1,000. We're gonna pull back on the throttle towards 60 just to be safe here. I don't want any close calls. We're gonna be heading towards into this valley. I believe that's the airport that I'm looking at. Oh yeah, you can't really make it out yet because the graphics aren't loading in. That's the one thing that's a little annoying, but you know, there's nothing about it. Yeah, so we're gonna just be safe here. I am still using the heading flight just to be stable. But we're gonna pull back more on the throttle here down towards 50 just to be safe with our speed. And I might start taking over the flight here. Now you're gonna notice it's gonna get pretty shaky if I do try to do that. But I wanna kinda get into this valley a little more if possible. And let's see if I can see that airport. I still can't really make it out. Is that it there?
X-ray Golf Sierra Airport is at your 10 o'clock 10 miles. Maintain present heading and altitude. Report runway in sight.
I believe that's it. It's right here. Okay, yep, I see it. Okay, so we're gonna be kind of doing a maneuver here. This is gonna be fantastic. Okay, autopilot off. We are flying the aircraft now. We're gonna be pulling throttle back, and we're actually gonna be descending on our own kind of.
Maintain present heading and altitude Cessna X-ray Golf Sierra.
Gotta be safe here. We are getting a lot of turbulence. My goodness, this is not fun. We're actually gonna be heading into this valley, and we're going to be holding it. Oh my goodness, we are going so fast. Way too fast. Rookie stuff here. We're gonna be hugging this hill here left, trying to get a good look onto the runway. Oh yeah, this is gonna be fun. This is gonna be a fun one to try to land. Again, I'm on keyboard and mouse. As you can see, every little, like I click 8 or 6 or 5, you can see it's micro adjustments here. All right, yeah, just keep descending. Descending. Yeah, so that's the airport. Fantastic. We're gonna hug this left. Pull up a little bit here. This will be an interesting one to try to get into here. We're actually going to... No. This is going to be just a tough one to get into. We're going to hug this really tight. Descending. We'll pull back our flaps pretty late on this one because we want to maintain the speed. We do not want to stall. I'm probably just rambling here. We're gonna hug this hill here left, and then it's gonna be a pretty sharp right once we get over this. Yeah, no, I've not landed here. As you can tell, I'm not ready to land here whatsoever. So sharp right. We're gonna actually pull the flaps here. Flaps are up. Start slowing down. Nose lift. We're gonna hug more right. Throttle back.
900 feet below your assigned altitude. Climb and maintain 9,700 feet altimeter, tree 0.06.
We are coming in for a landing. 60 knots, not too bad. We could be a little bit slower. I'm gonna turn on my parking brake when we come in.
Cessna X-Ray Golf Sierra, did you copy?
Yeah, I copied. We're actually
Climb
landing.
and maintain 9,700 feet Cessna X-Ray Golf Sierra.
We're runway in sight.
Cessna X-Ray Golf Sierra.
a little bit late to try to report this in sight, but
X-Ray Golf Sierra, you are 2 miles southeast of Aspen.
okay, we're a little.
Present heading and altitude.
We probably should have.
118.85.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. So we're just gonna land this now, because I'm lazy. We didn't do this right. We should have went downwind, contact tower, got cleared for landing, but again.
Maintain present heading and altitude. Tower on 118.85
We're just gonna land here.
Cessna X-Ray Golf Sierra.
It's fine. You know, it's completely fine. We are landing.
Aspen Tower Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra 1 mile south.
We're a little high. Yeah, we didn't get the landing quite down the way we wanted it.
Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra Aspen Tower. Cleared visual runway tree approach.
Okay. Oh my goodness. That's a bounce. That's a bounce. Complete bounce. Another little
Cleared
bounce.
visual runway tree approach Cessna X-Ray Golf Sierra.
Cessna X-Ray Golf Sierra, you were not cleared to land. Clear the runway.
Yeah, so
Report information, Kilo 17000.
so we were cleared to land.
Tree. Sky condition. Few clouds at 900 feet. Few clouds at 4,100 feet. Temperature 19er. Dew point.
Sorry, I'm just listening to the tower here.
0.06. Visual runway tree in use. Landing and departing runway tree.
So we're gonna hit our brakes here. We're off the runway.
Advise controller on initial contact you have.
Okay, acknowledge ground handoff. We're gonna be.
121.9er Cessna X-Ray Golf Sierra.
We're gonna request taxi to parking.
Aspen ground Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra request taxi to parking.
Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra taxi to general aviation parking via taxiway Alpha Tree Alpha.
Acknowledge taxi clearance.
Taxiing to general aviation parking using taxiway Alpha Tree Alpha Cessna X-Ray Golf Sierra.
All right, so beautiful. So we landed the aircraft completely and utterly wrong. We didn't go downwind. We didn't contact tower before we approached and tried to land. I kind of got a little eager there. I'm still learning. Most of the time when I come into an airport, I have it's not this hectic. So normally I can contact, ground. I can contact tower. I'm cleared to land pretty much straight from the air. I don't really have to do a downwind or anything. I believe that's the right term. But that was kind of just a hectic landing there. We were coming into that valley, and I was like, oh, shoot. But here, as you can see, this is where I'm even worse than flying, is taxiing. So they say taxi to aviation parking using taxiway A3 to A. So I'm actually going to open up that map again just to try to see this real quick. This is more for myself than for you guys watching, because you guys probably know. Now, they say from A3 to A, so I believe we're on A3. Yes. I believe that's what I'm seeing here. To A, to basic parking. I believe parking's going to be to the left. All right, so let's do this. Put that back. Back there. All right, so parking, taxiway, A3 to A. As you can see, A3A. A is right in front of us. A3 is what we're on. As you can see, it's pointing down. So what we're going to do here is release the parking brake. Throttle up. And I believe basic parking is literally off to the left down there, because right is technically, from the picture, technically terminal. So yeah, I believe hangars are off to the left, so we'll take a left and we'll go park this Cessna. Again, thank you guys for watching. For those who have even stayed tuned for this part. Pretty bad landing. We did absolutely atrocious in regards to going downwind, actually contacting tower, getting clearance for the runway. We didn't get clearance for anything. That was completely just the complete wrong way to try to pull the taxi. Sorry, I'm terrible at flying on the ground too. I go too fast. My throttle control's terrible. But I mean, I probably should try to utilize like the propeller RPM or something. I'm still bad. I'm still terrible at this. This is a good speed though. It's taxiing to park. You can see. I think we can park anywhere around here. So we're gonna pull the parking brake. Kind of try to get in right here. Release the parking brake. Forward a little bit closer to this aircraft here. Try to turn. There we go. We are parked. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that flight. I know I did. At least the ending there, pretty hectic down that little valley that we were on. But a fun flight nonetheless, from Denver International Airport to KASE down here in Aspen, Colorado, flying over the Rockies. That was pretty fun. We didn't do it completely right. I should have contacted tower. I'll never stop thinking about that. I'll probably never mess up like that again. Partially because I was recording. No, I can't make excuses. But hopefully you guys enjoyed that little flight down through the Rockies. And I guess I'll see you guys in another one. Thanks for watching.